So today's topic is external features of heart. External features means how we can see the. So heart is covered by a layer, a fibroserous layer, which is called pericardium. Peri means around, cardium means heart. Pericardium means the layer which covers the heart or which is present around the heart. So pericardium is a fibroserous sac that encloses the heart and the roots of the great vessels. Anteriorly, we have the body of sternum from second to sixth costal cartilages, and posteriorly we have from T5 to T8 vertebrae, means fifth thoracic vertebrae to eighth thoracic vertebrae. So this pericardium is composed of two layers. If we see in this, so if we see these pictures, this is the. So in this picture we can see. So in the pericardium we have pericardial sinuses. The lines of reflection between the visceral and parietal pericardium form two pericardial sinuses, the transverse pericardial sinus and the oblique pericardial sinus. This one is the transverse pericardial sinus. The transverse pericardial sinus lies anterior to the superior vena cava and posterior to the ascending aorta and the pulmonary trunk, and the oblique pericardial sinus lies posterior to the heart in the pericardial sac, means transverse is present anteriorly and the oblique is present posteriorly. So in the anterior view we can see this is the right and left brachiocephalic veins forming the superior vena cava. This is the ascending aorta. Between the ascending and the superior vena cava we have the transverse pericardial sinus. This is pericardial trunk, bifurcate into right and left pulmonary artery. These are the left and right pulmonary veins. We have four veins, two right pulmonary veins and two left pulmonary veins. This one is the oblique pericardial sinus, which is present posteriorly. This is pericardium. This is mediastinal pleura. This one is the esophageal prominence, and this is the inferior vena cava. So what is the nerve supply of pericardium? The fibrous pericardium and parietal of serous pericardium is innervated by phrenic nerves, and the visceral layer of the serous pericardium by sympathetic trunk and the vagus nerves. So what is the location of the heart? If we see this diagram, what is the angle of Lewis? It is the angle at which the manubrium and the sternum meet or articulate with each other. It is an anatomical landmark for finding the second rib, approximately area of Carina. So if we see the location of heart, anteriorly we have sternum. These are the thoracic wall muscles. This is left lung. This one is the right lung. This is the heart. We see. Then so it lies in the middle mediastinum. The heart is somewhat pyramidal in shape, having apex. This is the apex. Sternocostal or anterior surface. So in the anterior view we can see. So this one is the base of the heart. We can see this is the left atrium. This is the left ventricle, which is the inferior surface or the diaphragmatic surface. This is the right atrium. This is arch of aorta divided into three branches. This is pulmonary trunk. This is the right and left brachiocephalic vein which form the superior vena cava. These are the right and left pulmonary arteries. This is the pulmonary vein. This is the inferior vena cava. So we have borders of heart. So we have right border, left border, lower border and the upper border. Right border is formed by the right atrium. Left border is formed by the left auricle and the left ventricle. Lower border is formed by the right atrium and mainly by the right ventricle plus the apical part of the left ventricle. And the upper border is formed by the two atria. So if we see, this is the right border, this is the left border, which is formed by the auricle and the left ventricle. Right border is formed by the right atrium and the lower border is formed by the right atrium, right ventricle and the apical part of the left. So we have three surfaces of the heart: anterior surface or the sternocostal surface, inferior surface or the diaphragmatic surface, posterior surface or the base, and the apex. The sternocostal or the anterior surface is mainly formed by the right atrium and the right ventricle. Diaphragmatic surface or the inferior surface is formed by the right and left ventricle. A small portion of formed by the right atrium. Base is formed by the left atrium and apex is formed by the left ventricle. So this is the apex of the heart. It is directed downward, forward and to the left, and it is formed by the left ventricle. It lies at the level of the left fifth intercostal space, 3.5 inches from the midline. Note that the base of the heart is called the base because the heart is pyramidal in shape. The base lies opposite the apex and the heart does not rest on its base. It rests on its diaphragmatic on the inferior surface. So anterior surface or the sternocostal surface is formed mainly by the right atrium and the right ventricle, and it is divided by the atrioventricular groove. Atrial part is formed mainly by the right atrium, ventricular part is formed by the right 2/3 is formed by the right ventricle, while left 1/3 is formed by the apex of the apical part of the left ventricle. The two ventricles are separated by anterior interventricular groove, which lodges the anterior interventricular artery, which is the branch of left coronary artery, and the great cardiac vein. The coronary groove lodges the right coronary artery. If we see in this diagram, we can see. So inferior surface of the diaphragmatic surface is formed by the two ventricles, mainly by the left ventricle, slightly concave as it rests on the diaphragm, directed inferiorly and backward, separated from the base of the heart by posterior part of the coronary sulcus. So the base is formed by the two atria, mainly the left atrium, in which we can see. So anteriorly we see, this is the superior vena cava, this is the ascending aorta, this is the pulmonary trunk, this one is the right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle and the inferior vena cava. Posteriorly we can see so in this picture we can easily thank you.